Hey guys, welcome to the video. Here to check out my CC hardwired tank build. Yes, I said that, CC tank. Just keep watching. I'm gonna show you some footage of it, of me tanking Wall Street, and you'll see in each different video of how I can play back, play conservative, yet play aggressive with need be, and it allows you to really be the general of the battlefield and let you go anywhere you need to. I can go behind enemy lines, I can go left, I can go right, all by myself. Don't need a healer. Check it out. Hey guys, now it's time for the build part. As you can see, I'm running 4-piece hardwire. I'm rocking the mask. Ideally, there's two. You can either go for armor regeneration, which I'm trying to go full set to see how that feels, or you can go status effect. Also, will work well with this build. Get a backpack. Right now, I got hazard protection and skill haze. When you craft this, it will come as a skill tier. This build could probably work too as a higher skill tier build, but you still want some of that tankiness so you could be a little bit more aggressive and able else your teammate. Else you're just going to be playing super conservative, just like everybody else. And the reason why I'm wearing the book back is for short circuit, decreases fullback loop cooldown from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. That's 100% cooldown reduction off that 20 seconds, and it is huge to the playstyle of this build because I was playing with 20 seconds before. It was a huge difference once I gave it a shot and tried it out. Also rocking the gloves, armor regeneration right now. Playing around with the skill tier. Was running all blues. Now I'm running one skill tier. And with Technician, that puts me in skill 2. So I'm just testing out some things. Again, but if you go status effect instead of armor regeneration for the attributes, then you probably can go all blue safely. Still messing around with that. Also rocking the Horster. With right now explosive resistance. I'm gonna try and roll and get again armor regen or status effect. Now with that being said, my chest piece I'm running 2-piece golem. One for the status effect, increases by 10%, which is nice, and also for that 1% regeneration. This is all ideal for a group fight healer. I don't expecting to have a healer. I've only ran with 3 since I started playing this game, so I like having that OT regen because when I'm behind the shield, if you're doing it right, you're not taking no damage. I will be getting probably point man in the future, playing around still with that. But right now, I'm running regular Vanguard. Deploying the shield makes you invincible for 5 seconds and grants 45% of your armor as bonus armor to all allies for 20 seconds. Cooldown is 25. Now, a lot of people like to run the exotic. And exotic is nice. It's a good set to wear. But I personally think the Vanguard works better. One, especially since you're CCing and you're blinding everybody, your damage that your team is taking is significantly reduced. And with that being said, I like having a constant knowing that my teammates know that they're getting armor every 25 seconds rather than, it procs, okay, but now you got a 45-second cooldown. Yes, you can refresh it by using specialization, but it's a lot harder than it sounds, especially in higher difficulties. Now, with that being said, if you run the firewall specialization, once the armor is gone, you can melt them with the flamethrower. It does crazy damage to the health. So I'm running that, and the cool thing about that 5 seconds of invulnerability comes in handy. As you saw in the gameplay previously, I'm constantly dropping my shield, bringing it back up, dropping my shield, picking it back up. So when it does proc, I got 5 seconds of being untouched. That's also 5 seconds of full armor regeneration and shield regeneration too. So that does play a part a little bit. For the knee, that's my second piece of golem. Really, really good roll actually. Right now I got skill damage. I'm actually gonna reroll that to the status effect. I was using this for another possible build I'm testing out. So this is almost a perfect roll for me because I have maxed out status effect when I reroll it. Armor regen, armor, man, it's glorious. With that being said, I'm running the bulwark shield. There's reasons around with this too. I tried all these. The Crusader isn't too bad, and as you saw in the video, because of how often blinding, you could utilize this pretty well and be very effective since you're taking way less damage since you're controlling the battlefield by blinding and reducing that damage on your team. The only reason I don't run it right now is because as you can see how often I'm dropping my shield, bring it back up, drop my shield, bring myself, roll dodging. I don't really have time for almost anything else. So I'd rather play it safe and run the bigger shield. And it just, you take way less damage. So if I go behind enemy lines and to sweet dreams, I can put my shield up, feel safe, throw out the second wave of blinds, and continue without. If you run the Crusader and you try to be that aggressive, the problem is, yes, you'll block some of the damage, but a lot of it will hit your armor. So if you're already low with armor, you're not going to be able to make those big plays or aggressive pushes on the enemy. The deflected shield, just while we on it, I wouldn't recommend it for group play. There's a lack of aggro control if you're not doing enough DPS or close enough to the enemies. So you honestly can't really shine this one as well as I would like it to be good. So, and I'm also running the Firefly right now. Now the Firefly is, I think, extremely OP and strong as a CC, because it does double CC in a sense. What do I mean by double CC? When they're blind, one, it stops their movement. It doesn't completely stop. They do stumble around, but it keeps them from progressing or pushing forward, and it also stops them from shooting immediately. Like they're not, when they're blind, they're not shooting unless you're one of the heavies and they just blind fire, which isn't anything. As you can see, it's tier 2, up to 2 max targets, so I get up to 6, which is really nice. I've done this before, done it with 5, 6. I think 5 is a sweet spot. I think that's really what I like to be at. 6 is plus. My blind duration is right now is 10.4. It's probably go up to 11 once I reroll that one skill. And as you see, hardwire every 10 seconds, blind 10 seconds. Now, what makes this extremely strong is when you bring your shield out to proc hardwire, the cooldown starts immediately once you get back your blinder fly. So by the time you release it, you're already probably 3 seconds into the cooldown. By the time it hits on a target, I mean, you're already probably 4 seconds away from getting to be able to proc hardwire again, and they'll still have at least another 4 or 5 seconds of blind duration still going. So the uptime is absolutely insane when you can really just drop your shield, get the hardwire back, they're still blind for 5 seconds, you're throwing out the wave number 2, and you reblind them. Also be careful with timing. It seems like once they're blind, you can't reblind them to refresh the duration. You have to wait till it's over, which makes sense. I mean, if the eyes closed, you can't be blind twice, right? But still works good because by the time you throw it out, I mean, it takes a second to get there. That's why it's actually good that the speed isn't super high. Now, going back up to my pistol, this is probably something that, people like to run Liberty and all that good stuff. There's just no need. Because you're already blinded and you're reducing so much damage to your teammate and you're moving around so much and you're just constantly over the place, there's no need. And personally, I don't like it too much because it's not, it does get damage, but it's just hard to shoot overall. Getting those body shots, I mean, in one clip, you're getting 7 body shots in the headshot if you want to do that. You have to keep, it just, I don't know. It makes, and it's not as steady, so it's hard to hit weak spots like the packs on the heavies and stuff, which I think is really good because if you blind them, you can move in position and shoot their back, shoot their tank, shoot whatever you need without having to play ring around the circle, ring around the rosy with them. So right now I'm using the M45A1. Honestly, this I think it's just one of the best pistols in the game, in my opinion. One, because it's right in between that sweet spot between the Deagle and like the M9 for damage, and it also has a pretty big mag of 18 and has a good RPM. Now, ideally, the talent that I want is actually I don't have it on here. I think it's like Perseverance or something like that. But basically, every time you get a headshot, it extends the duration of your next status effect by 50%. Once I can get that to drop and I can get the talent reroll, that's going to go right here. That's going to be super strong. Because like I said, after you throw the first one, you still got like 5 seconds to wait before you throw the next one. So it's too easy to get a headshot. And that increases by 50%. So that 10 seconds turn into 15. That's absolutely insane. And because of that, it allows me to not have to, try to focus on running more scared tier. I could probably go back and run more armor if I wanted to. It opens up your what's what I'm looking for, your options a lot more as we move forward. And then this is also one of the bread and butters. Um, Sweet Dreams is hands down the best gun you can have on a tank or support. Period. Also depends on how aggressive you're playing, but as you see, it works so well. Once you blind, you can easily see your targets. I'm going in, boom. You get Sweet Dreams, roll dodge, very important. Bring your shield back out, throw second round blinders out, shoot a little bit, rinse and repeat. It works so well, so well. Especially when you have those reds or those purples, healers, drone operators, all that stuff. You can run in, knock them out. It makes a lot of the encounters so much easier and provides a lot more I was looking for value. So not only that you're CCing and you're able to push forward to force the enemy to move backwards instead of overrunning you, now you can be aggressive. You can go and you can kill. I mean, cause it's insta kills. Kill, get back out, rinse and repeat. So in my opinion, it's so good. This slot doesn't matter. I just you can put anything there. You're never gonna use it. Uh, Grenades, really doesn't matter. I like the sanitary grenades. If you run the firewall specialist, it's actually really well. The radius is so big, and it does great. Also, to add to that crowd control. You can also run the riot foam to add for, like I said, more crowd control if you want to. I'm still playing around what I want because a lot of good specializations that you can run with this build, which I will go over. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. But right now, I'm doing the. Let's see, hello. So right now I'm the technician, which is a very popular thing. You get that +1 skill tier, which is nice because the duration increase on your blinder fire. Like I said, 10 seconds right now is doing really well. I'm still playing around for, because I don't want too much. That way it overlaps too much and defeats the purpose of having the 10-second, hardwire. So I'm still playing around with that, but that skill tier is nice. And now, if you go status effect instead of armor regen, well, then you probably don't need the extra skill tier, and you can go into other specialization, which I will go over some really good ones that I like. So really all I'm running this for is that. The EMP grenade can be good, but 9 times out of 10, depending on the team, you can also run jammer with this. Jammer is also OP on this build because once you use it, it auto procs your hardwire and you get it right back. So you can keep dogs, you can keep drones destroyed without ever having to even mess with them. So nice for the team. You just keep them down. They go up, jam, they down. They up, jam, they down. Which I'll go over that too. But it also has some good talents like polymers within 5 meters of your deployed and undisturbed skill is immune to shock and disruption. So, which is nice too when they're pushing out with you or you're being aggressive, you coming back. Especially those turrets and those freaking drones. They always want to shock you. Helps out with the teammate when they don't. They're immune to shock and stuff like that. So it's pretty good talent. 15% skill healing. Nice bonus, I guess. Gain 50% bonus armor by aiming the skill. This is not like a must-have, but this is actually quite nice because if you're losing your armor, you're going really aggressive. You're going to be kind of low on armor, especially if you don't have a healer. So getting that 15% when you're aiming is actually pretty nice. Gives you a little bit more of a comfort zone and security as you go. And what's over here? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay. Now, other good specialization, firewall. Firewall works really good too because, let's see, ally then 10% more damage when you're within 10 meters of you. Easy if you're being aggressive, you're pushing up. Especially when you have like a heavy left, you're always gonna be close anyway. When your armor breaks, apply burns to enemies within 5 meters. Also not a bad skill to have. Extra CC, free CC really. I mean, it's pretty good. You get 30% with do cover to cover. You're not really using that. The Striker Shield is actually nice too because you get an extra debuff of another 12%. You don't really need it, in my opinion, because I mean, a lot of people play so far back, and you're not gonna be able to face tank long enough to really utilize that defense build, in my opinion. Let's see, you get 30% skill on kill. You're not getting that many kills, and your armor kit is actually really strong. Recovers 200% of your armor and 200% health over 10 seconds. So it's like a delay, like a heal over time. Really strong, works really well too. And then you get the insert, oh no, you get the cluster grenades on this one. Yeah, so this works. This is a good class to run too. Now another class that I like a lot is, what was it? Survivors, I think. So yeah, group members do 10% bonus damage to targets with a status effect. Well, you're throwing blind fights every 10 seconds, and everything's gonna be blind. So it's so you keep the uptime on that debuff really really well. And what makes this a lot stronger than running the firewall is that you don't have to be within 10 meters in order to get that 10% bonus damage. So you can be way in the back, you can be whatever, as long as you that blind fire blinds them. Guess what? 10% bonus damage, which I like that a lot. Which once I play around some more with the stats effect and I get timing where I like it, I might be switching to the survivalist. And you get the incendiary grenades, which is again more CC, and the range is so big. So once you blind a group, you could throw one of these babies out, and it's nice. It's very effective. Put them on fire, they can't do anything. You can do it while they're blind, right after they're blind. It's nice, real nice. Increased outgoing healing. Not worry about that. Now this is pretty good. 10% increased protection from elites. Now this could be very strong depending on how you set it up, and which I'll. So basically, if you have 10% on elites and you run a, let's say a chest and mask that has a blue, you could put elites on there. So you could put up to, I think it's 12%, maybe actually let's maybe a little higher, but you could put 2 slots of elite. So you can get up to like plus 30% reduction of damage from elites, which is pretty crazy since, you know, when you get into heroics, you'll have waves of just really of elites and stuff. So that's could be very strong, could be structured together very, very good. Um, Overdraw, so that's what I might end up going for. Switch out the knee pads for the mask, run a double blue. So probably instead of running the golem set, maybe switch over to the golem set since they got blue. I believe the mask is the same. Yep, they both got blue mods. So you see how the flexibility of this build is really coming together. And then like I said, oh, the wrong one. Violence machine, miss anything? And you get your armor kill over time. And actually, yeah, that's all I really cared about. I think in the skill line, I want to say there's one more. I think I can't remember. But yeah, so those are my strong three: Spiralist, Technician, and Firewall. I think one of them. Which one is? Yeah, so the gunner isn't terrible. You can run the foam grenades, which is they're really strong. They're really good too. Not really needed necessarily. You can get some, yeah, nothing too crazy. But yeah, so technician I'm running right now. Once I figure out how I'm gonna run it, um, because it's tricky. The reason why I'm torn right now is between whether or not I want the armor regen or not. Because if I don't have a healer, I can regen that my armor back pretty good, and that's what I like and make me self-sustainable. But having that 30+%, you know, reduction in damage from elites, it's probably gonna be significant. Um, so we're still playing around, but that's just so it gives you options, so you don't feel like you have to be technician or you have to be. There's a lot of good options with this build. You can get more CC, you can get, you know, whatever you want. I mean, very very strong. But yeah, guys, so that's my build right now. Like I said, and also with that being said, so you can run these two slots and then, you know, run these 4 pieces. Also, there's a knee pads that gives you 1% armor regen, so you can get that on a one piece instead of a two piece like I'm doing now, which then frees me up, and then I can switch this um to this set, and then I can run that reduction to elites. And if I run it with the survivalist, then I'm looking at 24. Try to do some math in my head. Yeah, like 24, 25% of reduction with the army region, which I don't want to lose. You see how much stronger the build can keep getting. I'm excited. So yeah, guys. So that's my build. Definitely give it a try. I'm telling you, it's gonna make your life so much easier. With that being said, one last tip: if you're running in Sweet Dreams, or you need to drop your shield to get your hardwire back, or even to proc Vanguard again, you drop your shield. It doesn't matter if you're getting shot at. It doesn't. None of that matters. Dodge roll. Drop the shield. Dodge roll. Even if you're getting fired by everybody, the amount of misses they're gonna have on you, you do barely take any damage. Um, so it's important. So if you go in Sweet Dreams, boom, dodge roll. The reason why you do that too is that there's about a second delay from when you melee. It won't let you deploy your shield. So you do that, you dodge roll back, you can go straight into your deployed shield and continue doing what you're doing. But you should do that for everything. If you're running towards somebody and you have your shield down for whatever reason, dodge roll. The dodge roll is stupid strong right now. Like I've literally had like that a railgun, like two heavies shooting at me, and literally just dropped my shield, dodge roll, got it back up, and continue like nothing else. So, hey guys, thanks. Hope you enjoy. Definitely give it a try. If you do, let me know because I'm very excited about implementing this, especially into legendary, which I will be going into soon. I want to get a team together, and I don't even think honestly with this build and executing it right, you won't even really need a healer in my opinion. So hey guys, thanks for coming by again, checking out my build. Hopefully it helps some of y'all. At this time, I'll catch y'all later. Out.